So let's dive into a civilization that's, well, it's one we all know, but at the same time, it feels completely alien. We are talking about ancient Egypt, of course, a place where every single stone monument seems to be hiding a question that totally challenges everything we thought we knew about the ancient world.
And that's really the question at the heart of all this, isn't it? What if the standard history lesson, the one about pharaohs and monuments, is only half the story? The evidence we're going to look at suggests that some of these ancient secrets might have been deliberately buried, and not just by sand, but by time itself.
So where do we even begin? Well, you have to start with the most iconic symbol of all, the Great Pyramid. This is a structure so grand, so massive that by all modern logic, it just shouldn't exist.
I mean, for centuries, people have just stared up at these things in total wonder. They're an absolute testament to human will. But here's the paradox. Our modern engineering, with all of its power and all of its precision, still struggles to fully explain how they were built. That initial awe quickly turns into just pure disbelief.
Okay, let's just try to wrap our heads around the scale here. The Great Pyramid isn't just some big building. It's made from an estimated 2.3 million individual stone blocks. To put that into perspective, that's like building an entire city, block by block, right in the middle of the desert.
And then you've got the weight. We're not talking about simple bricks here. Each block weighs, on average, more than 2 tons. And some of the granite beams inside, they weigh up to 80 tons. So the fundamental question is, how? How did they quarry, transport, and perfectly place millions of these things with just simple tools and raw manpower?
And to really understand how ancient this is, think about this. When the first Olympic Games were held in Greece, the Great Pyramid was already ancient history. It was older to the Romans than the Roman Empire is to us right now. This wasn't just old. This was practically the dawn of civilization as we know it.
But the sheer scale of it all is only part of the puzzle. When you look closer, that's when the real enigma emerges. It's the precision. It's almost supernatural. And this is where a huge logistical challenge becomes, well, an engineering impossibility.
So here's the paradox in a nutshell. On one hand, history tells us they use really simple tools. We're talking copper chisels, which is a pretty soft metal, and stone hammers. But on the other hand, the result is perfection. I mean, these blocks are fitted together so tightly you can't even slide a razor blade between them. How is that even possible?
This really leaves us with two possibilities. And honestly, both of them are kind of mind-bending. Were the ancient Egyptians just so incredibly skilled that their genius is beyond anything we can comprehend today? Or were they working with some kind of knowledge, some techniques that have just been completely lost to time?
But the puzzles aren't just on the outside. The pyramids might still be holding their biggest secrets deep inside their stone walls, which of course fuels all those legends of hidden rooms and deadly curses for anyone who dares to look.
And believe it or not, discoveries are still happening. Using this incredible technology called cosmic ray imaging, which basically uses particles from space to see through solid stone, scientists have confirmed that there are large, hidden voids inside the Great Pyramid. These could be untouched chambers, sealed for over 4,500 years. Just imagine what secrets they might hold.
And of course, you can't talk about hidden secrets without bringing up the famous curse. When King Tut's tomb was opened back in 1922, it was a global sensation. But then, soon after, members of the expedition started to die under really strange circumstances. Was it just a coincidence, or was that ancient warning actually real?
All of this really points to a much bigger question. See, the pyramids weren't just some isolated miracle. They were the product of a civilization that seemed to have a level of knowledge that was just way ahead of its time.
Seriously, think about it. The Great Pyramid is aligned to true north with an accuracy that we would struggle to match today. Their astronomers mapped the stars with incredible precision, and ancient medical texts show that their doctors were performing surprisingly complex surgeries. This wasn't a civilization of just builders. They were scientists with a deep, systematic understanding of the universe.
So we're left with the ultimate question that kind of ties all of these different threads together. When you look at the scale, the precision, the sheer breadth of their knowledge, you just have to ask, how on earth did they do it?
Could it be that they had access to some kind of knowledge that just got wiped from the historical record? Maybe a totally different way of understanding physics and engineering? Or is the truth something even stranger? Something our conventional view of history just doesn't have any room for? And you know, in the end, that's what makes ancient Egypt so endlessly fascinating. It's not some closed chapter in a history book. It is an active, ongoing mystery, a grand puzzle with its pieces scattered all across the desert. And maybe, just maybe, we've only just begun to put them together.